It's the time to get down.
Come on, baby.
Come on, man.
That was a nice lot that Oscar and Dio had.
I thought you said you were going to save your voice in rehearsal.
I did.
Strings sound wonderful.
Billy.
Lush.
Just do take a look.
Oh, see the way? Sorry.
Jump in.
Knucklehead. Knucklehead at work.
Wish I had some help to sing. See the way? No, just one.
Yeah.
You need cue cards.
Soft and sweet and gentle. Tender like you are. See the whole chorus now. See the waves when we go. Oh,
You making up a new background.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking of what it would be if it was
like to
four
learn the old
singers
ones.
instead of three. I tend to think that
there
way.
you go, my brother. Go, Phil.
That's why he's always getting kicked out of studios. They're like, go home, Phil. Go home. Coming up with new ideas.
Talent.
He's one take Phil Perry. Now go on home.
Well, everybody can see for the rehearsal.
Lily,
Rehearsal's the bomb.
I love you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay, Phil.
Yeah. Yeah. Go on and watch it up there on YouTube, y'all.
Now, you know, the thing that I love about certain kinds of ballads is they allow me to escape in front of people. In other words, when you live the subject matter, when you sing about it, if you've lived it, you go back to that place.
Oh, yeah.
And when you go back to that place, it doesn't matter how many people are watching you, you're in that place.
You mean like when I hear one of your tracks and I'm back in 1977 making love?
Well, when you go back when you go back to
It's been that long,
77, no matter what it was you was doing in 77, if you're going back to 77, when you hear that and you make that association with the time that you heard it, for that moment, you're in that place. Well, just imagine being able to go to those places and stay for 4 or 5 minutes and then have people that came and saw you go to that place bring you out of that place into the now again.
Wow. I wish.
It's heavy, you know what I mean? But the other side of the coin is I've been doing it so long, part of me always recognizes the audience, but part of me kind of shuts off everything else, and I'm inside the lyric of what I'm singing. In other words, if it, no matter what the storyline may be, if I'm singing it, I'm inside the story. You just happen to be eavesdropping in on me being somewhere that you can see.
Wow. So that's why you feel so sincere.
Yeah.
When you sing, because you have a
because there's
another
nobody
word
else
to use, Phil. It's like
and that,
sincerity.
you know, that's what the statement, when it leaves my mouth, I can't assume responsibility, means.
Yeah.
Because while I'm making that sound, I'm not even there. I'm being used to do what it is I'm doing for the ears that need to hear it and the heart that needs to feel it.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying, man?
Yes.
if it's true that life is perception, then we should control how we perceive things. If I acknowledge that, though I had a lot of help throughout the years, the talent that I was given was from God, why would I not allow him to use me at the moment that I'm about to expound on the talent that I got from him, to use that talent to touch the people that he once touched? I don't know everybody in my audience, so it's not a personal relationship thing. Has nothing to do with that at all.
Right.
Has to do with you allowing yourself to be used in the moment for someone else's behalf. It's just an act of unselfishness.
Everybody, take a good look and a listen to this man, Phil Perry. Again, today we're celebrating the whole show.
Yes, sir.
Dedicated to the life, the music, the person that is Phil Perry, the very, very special person. You guys, we got to go take a look at the website because, you know, Lily and I have talked about this whole thing about recruiting Phil's fan base. Phil has an incredible fan base, and to demonstrate this, Vic, let's just look what happens. You can show them.
We're going to jump in the chat room. Is this where... Vic, I don't know if this is the segment that we jump in the chat room and discuss. Is this coming
You
now?
can jump in the chat room anytime
I wasn't cued.
You don't have to be cued. But you know what? Here's the killer. The chat room jumped in on you. What we have to do is allow Mario and you to bring people into the now. So
Okay.
I'm gonna steal your
Well,
quote.
I got to make everybody at least aware of this because I was showing Lily this. But when you search Phil Perry on YouTube, look at the viewership numbers. If only you knew, 129,000. Call me. And these are different, and more than one version up there. Call me, 77,000. Love Don't Love Nobody, 98,000. Woman, what I played the video of Phil singing Woman. Once a month.
Yeah.
All the time. Okay. It's in my playlist. Okay. Forever. 73,000. You know, Lala Means I Love You. 71,000. Look at these numbers. Wildflower. 38,000. You know, it goes on and on. Melba Moore, all the things. So, which we want to get everybody to know where they can find Phil Perry online. And that's part of the key. Because we've got a few sites out there, but Lillian and I have been talking about this. Here's philperry.org. Take a look. Now, Lillian, tell us a little bit about the site here.
That's the site that I maintain for my beloved.
Yeah! And by the way, you got some help coming.
Thank you.
You got some help coming, Lillian.
I've been, we have all the links there. But, interestingly, that site has been less active than our Reverb Nation site.
Because of the community aspects.
Yes,
You're
it's
right.
more tools available. That one's just a WordPress site that I set up. But the most wonderful thing are the comments. This is the site that has most of the comments that we post for the world to read. And also we have everything that we have everywhere else. Everything is all linked up, but the comments are so awesome because they come from all over the world. Now the Reverb Nation site links to everything. Plus that's where the playlist is. That's where our little store is, and that's everything that goes onto your Phil Perry app is through Reverb Nation. And the Phil Perry app is the gift that keeps on giving, and you can get that free, a download at any app store on your mobile phone, iTunes. You can put it on your iPod, your iPad.
So search it.
Yeah, it's the Phil Perry app, and it's
people
really cool.
would wonder. People would ask me why I married her. She's the smartest cookie.
I asked him about a week ago. I said, "Honey, what is it about me that you really, really love? I just need to know." As you get older, a woman wants to know why are you still
That's
here?
a trap, Phil. Phil, it's a trap. All men, when we get asked that, every man does like this.
Yeah, it's like, does my butt look
Please
too
don't
big?
let me blow this. Don't let me blow
So
this.
tell him what I said.
How do I look in this dress?
So tell him what I said.
It's he said, "It's your brain." I was so disappointed.
What? Oh, what?
Is there anything else about me?
Oh.
But I thought my brain. My brain is not that cool. It's really.
Yeah, but see, I'm not wired like that. You know what I mean? So that's why she tells me all the time, honey, just go into your music realm, and I'll
And
tell
I'll
you
do
what I
everything
need.
else.
Yeah, I'll tell you what you need to do in the digital realm. But you just keep working on the music.
Once I started understanding how he was wired, whether, on whatever that Asperger's spectrum or that whatever autism or whatever, once I figured it out and found out, which was around our 21st year of marriage, I
You
knew.
did well.
Yeah, I did. I was winging it for the first couple of decades. Like, what is it with him? Well, whatever. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, I hung in there in 21, or he hung in there, I should say. And then I said, you know what? Now I know what our roles are. You sing and write songs, and I do everything else. Basically, I'm your cheerleader, and I'll just do everything else. And you don't have to think about anything else. Now,
Wish I had one.
And just to add to that, the compositional process is very varied for me.
Right.
There are times where I hear the story. It's almost like somebody's whispering the story to me. I just have to figure out how to write it in prose. Or I'll hear a melody, but I don't hear the harmonic bed under the melody, so then I have to go pick out the chords. Or I'll hear the chord progressions, but not hear a melody and not know the story yet. And each one of those varied ways of composing takes me further and further and further into that room.
yeah. He's at home, but
You know
he's
what I'm
not
saying?
with us.
Oh, I know.
So
I like that.
as strange as it may sound, sometimes the music insulates me from the environment that I live in. So if you don't have somebody in your life that you can trust, you're kind of scared to let yourself go into those rooms, because the mansion of music has many rooms.
Well, you know what? I got to say something
Wow,
because
Phil.
there's a reason why this is happening, why you don't have to worry about a lot of chatting right now, because you're ahead of the game. When we was talking about the music and what you heard back
Right.
in the earlier story,
right.
You're answering questions before they can pose you're giving answers before they pose the questions. So by the time you're doing this, they're listening.
Yeah, and
so
we just-
that's what's happening right now. So your chat is kind of more
Exactly.
You're answering first, and it's addressing what.
Oh,
they
I
like
dig.
to
Okay.
hear.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, that's the now.
I pay it forward.
Yes.
Well, let's
I hear you.
acknowledge the members in the chat room that are there, because some of these folks have been there since early.
Yeah.
Came
And we
in
thank
early.
you for coming early.
Yeah.
Wow, in there, just to see and be part of this. PMC Phil Cuthbert from Pittsburgh,
Right?
Hi,
who
Phil.
we're going to show his video
Yes.
in a minute. Also, Mac McAllister, G&M Bureaucracy, 72 years old, from Port Townsend. Mac, who studied at the Sorbonne, long time in radio
Hi.
as a
God bless
DJ.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows you. He knows
Oh,
your
yeah.
stuff, Phil. He
Oh,
knows
okay.
your stuff. He's a
Okay.
long-time DJ.
Thank you.
And he is the host of the Retro Jazz and Blues Show, the #1 Retro Jazz and Blues Show on the internet.
Yes.
Mac McAllister. That's onlinewithmac.ning.com. I mentioned that because he's one of our emeritus people.
And Mac, if
yes.
you can, do me a favor and play one of the pieces from that Milt Jackson record with the orchestra behind him. There were some wonderful charts written on that recording.
See, he will go get that.
Yes,
Mac will
yes.
go do that.
He will.
He will go do that,
But-
Phil. He's serious.
But no, if he's the music historian that I'm perceiving him to be through you, he won't have to look very hard to find that. If you like those kinds of recordings with full orchestras and
Right.
really lush arrangements and really free form open jazz improvisation on the inside, it's sonically it's wonderful to listen to.
And listen to Phil, too.
we love to
Oh,
point
yeah.
out, just so you know, Phil's such a historian. He actually was a photographer who shot the album cover for the first album.